Hey everyone, welcome back to DangIT Productions, the show where we talk about anime, manga, video games. My name is Justin. Wait, I've already done that bit before. Hi everybody. We're running solo temporarily, just for a little bit, just for a little bit. We got Phil coming up on call as soon as he's ready. We do not have Mark with us, and Naya. We actually haven't heard from Naya for a little bit. I was going to assume that he was going to go for another tournament, but not that I am aware of. All I know is that we got a meeting tomorrow, so best hope that he shows up as well. He probably will. So, guys, this is a pretty big week, but before we even jump to all that, because obviously we kind of want Phil to be on with us when that actually happens. So, in that case, let's just do a really nice quick recap, checking out everybody. I guess I'll go ahead and start since I volunteered. I see Ibrahim in the chat. How's it going? He's talking about anime New York, which is actually happening NYC happening right now. Super cool. I've been seeing some shorts and clips about it. It seems kind of crowded, but granted, everyone loves to I guess indulge on the crowd sometimes. When you look at stuff what was it, Anime Expo in Los Angeles, that's kind of a problem to look at up front, but once the lines cut and calm down, it's definitely something that's a much more consumable type of thing. I have to say, honestly, if you were to take a real quick clip of San Diego Comic-Con, because I just have that familiarity with it, it is kind of disgusting to look at when they're just opening up, especially on Fridays or definitely Saturdays for sure. But yeah, as he was saying, Anime NYC has started. People are already getting their costumes game on. Yeah, you know what, I haven't seen a good splurge of that being highlighted, but actually, you know what, I'm not sure if it was there, but I saw this really cool image of a Link inspired Soldier First Class for Final Fantasy VII. So essentially it's just Cloud's fit, but it's all Link. It's all Link. And I was like, that's sick. Even the Master Sword's Buster fitted. So I was like, oh, ooh, that's cool. That's cool. But I'm not sure if that was I don't think that was for Anime NYC. I think that could have been for Gamescom. Who knows? In fact, I don't even know how Gamescom actually operates, which is going to be one of our topics for this episode. I don't know how Gamescom actually works, because I was checking to see, because I felt as something that happens yearly, I feel that's something that would be a little bit more around our ballpark and we should definitely plan out for. But I didn't know if it was one of those where it's I'm trying to think of another a convention that is tech and gadget related, but it's really for press only, and you just get the feedback from them during and after the fact. And the way they were kind of phrasing it, it was maybe you could, but I think this is more for organizations in which they wanted to report on it. So I'm not sure. Also, water and food won't be a problem, says Ibrahim. I got chips as well. Packed a couple things here. Yeah, those lines sound lines will be lines, and if you ever go to a convention, that's gonna just be how it is. And if they're cool about it, definitely pack some food. I think it might depend on the conventions here and there. For example, I think some might be hey, don't bring water, don't bring any type of bottled water. Maybe you could if it isn't opened yet, but if it is definitely open, pour it out or get rid of it, because obviously you want to be safe about that. And I remember for this year's Comic-Con, they weren't as strict about that. It was kind of weird, because a couple years back, or even the previous Comic-Con session, it was definitely like that. So I think they're just being lenient. Now, however, things could happen, but I don't think anything major happened this time around, so that's good. I think there was something major that happened during that event, but it was not at the convention, so there's that. Just FYI. Also, wait, hold on. Sorry for yelling at everybody. I really should just be yelling at Phil, because he's the one who would know. But the fact is that that friend group that I'm jumping in with, that know Phil, that know Anaya, that I'm brand new to, they go to Comic-Con too, and I'm wait, exactly how many people go? And I just didn't know, because I thought it was just only two other people, but it's no, there's two others, and there's another person. It's what are you talking about? We could have met up. but then we're not really like that close, I guess. So maybe give some time. Give some time. Also, I guess I'd be on my own like a little agenda. I was busy like that entire like weekend, so fair enough. Fair enough. Sorry, I totally like jumped off on there. Dollar Pizza Silva. Hopefully, we'll see. There's a couple of people who go there, and I didn't know whatsoever, and I never crossed paths with them. That's how crazy it is. Like everyone has like their own little thing that they got going on, and a lot of what I do is simply like linked up with like my whatever friends I have like in the media area, or really just family, because I really do that. But yeah, not going to Comic-Con. Fake nerds. Yeah. Back before anime like took over completely. But now like anime like coincides with Comic-Con like almost perfectly. I wouldn't say 50-50 though. I think there's just a lot of like media that just like, or other like bits of franchise that just take over. Like obviously like DC, Marvel have like a huge like presence there, but we're also talking about like other works as well. Not a lot that I can really put my like to set my brain right now, but we can talk about Lego has a presence there big time, which is like I guess maybe yeah. So Comic-Con's definitely like expanded in like what it covers. But yeah, dude, speaking of which, same location next month we actually have TwitchCon, and I'll take this platform as an opportunity to kind of just like let y'all know that I will be busy pretty much like about a month from now. Maybe a little less so. It's kind of like less than a month, I would say, away before like we jump into TwitchCon, which is happening in San Diego. Same convention center. We have our stuff like figured out, myself and Anaya, and we're hoping to hang out with our buddy Seffi, who's also part of DangIT. Phil, it's crazy with Phil because he said he wasn't going to be there, but some term of events actually is allowed him, like almost as if it's an anime plot like point that just kind of happened, to be able to be there for like one afternoon. I forget which day. He'll remind me, but we'll just all be together like downtown, and we'll probably check out the Song Speed Cafe and whatnot because it's going to be open around that time. So it's like sick. I wonder if they have new merch. Oh, I'm going to go crazy with that. But yeah, speaking of which, I bought quite a lot of things, and it kind of ties into Black Myth Wukong more financially. But lately, I've probably talked about it in like my other streams, but it's been kind of a crazy non-convention month where I'm just spending a lot, and it's not even like I'm not on site of like wherever. There's no like other like booths like to just catch my eye immediately. But I've just been spending stuff on like clothes, and I recently just bought this bag, well, for conventions, so it's gonna actually help out for like TwitchCon, but still a lot. And like other merch stuff, like for example, one of my orders came in and it was just like 3 Final Fantasy like related shirts from Uniqlo, and they were on sale, so I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I also recently like put down some money like on some more games, unfortunately. More and more, because they had something for I Am 8-Bit that's relating to Bomb Rush Cyberpunk and Untitled Goose Game. Some special editions and like special like alternatives for those just available like on I Am 8-Bit that I just took advantage of the moment it was available. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, definitely my favorite thing is getting like cool merch, like as far as shirts at like conventions. And whenever these days now, whenever we're going to like Comic-Con each year, it's definitely Udon. Like whatever they got like Capcom wise or whatever anime they might have, but definitely Mega Man. I'm always like a big fan of like Mega Man like stuff. So like whenever that happens, I'll take that. That's also another thing that's happening during like, or happened announced during Gamescom. Spoiler alert, there is no Mega Man game, but there is a nod on Mega Man as a representation. So fair enough. I'll take that. But yeah, definitely save some money to like spend whatever you can, especially on merchandise stuff. I know that for Evo, there wasn't actually a lot that I spent money on aside from food. The only thing I really did spend my money on was a cool ass jacket, which ashamedly I can't really like wear it a lot because it's hot out there. But maybe during TwitchCon I might be able to like rock that like inside when it's not crazy hot. Speaking of Evo, two VTubers were actually at Evo. Yeah, I heard about that. And I was like, that's crazy. There was a couple of, well, I mean, aside from, well, I'll say that there was a couple of big name like VTubers that were just kind of out and about. And it's crazy because with Evo, obviously it's a convention, but it's also just like a tournament too for various games. So you have people from across the world like traveling to participate, and you wouldn't even know because you have people who speak like different languages just like running around, like, well, I wouldn't say running around like that. Let's not say that, but they're like just walking around like the show floor, exhibit hall, just casually, and you wouldn't even know. But hey, you know what? It's cool that it's just like that, you know? You wouldn't even know. And also the fact that like I think going to those kind of places and hearing people like speak in a whole different language, and maybe they'll understand a little bit of English, but otherwise they speak their own like native language. I think that's cool. I mean, it's hard to like interact with them in like a really cool and genuine way. Well, maybe genuine in the sense that you're like, oh, we don't really understand each other, but you know what a fight stick is. Yeah, I guess it can be authentic in that type of way. But here, let me not talk too much about that experience. I know I want to like kind of hold it off before Phil jumps in. He said he would be jumping in like maybe a couple minutes, so we'll kind of wait on him on that one. But I can tell you guys about what's been going on the past week. So we have some stuff that had been happening. Nothing too major. I'll just talk about some little personal life stuff that's been going on. Co-workers having like had a baby shower, so we kind of like celebrated that, so that was pretty nice. In addition to that, there's been a lot of stuff going on with I'll just go into like the main surface of it just to give you guys an outline of what we're going to be talking about anyway. Gamescom, we're going to be talking about like what was it, opening night live. There's a lot of coverage because it's a whole week long experience, which is why I was thinking like it'd be so cool if we could like jump in on that and just see what's going on over there. That'd be so sick, dude. But I don't like if we were able to do something like that, we'd have to really like plan it out. But even now it's happening, and it's a lot of like game coverage on like a whole bunch of stuff. A big one being Monster Hunter. Dude, I haven't even watched any of that kind of stuff, but like I should, because they showed off like the main weapon of mine, the charge blade, and prior to that was my secondary thing, which was like the switch axe. I was like, ooh. Now, granted, I jumped in during like World and really like mained like Monster Hunter Rise, so any returning things that people like know immediately, I may not actually know, but it's super cool. Like, I was kind of I wouldn't say concerned, but considering that they never really showed it off. But I saw a lot of the layered armor that they got going on. It's so variant too. I thought it was gonna be like more desert themed, something that just kind of deals with like just sticking to like the hot weather, because that's all we've been seeing. But it seems to be pretty diverse. So I'm looking forward to like maybe a little bit more talks about that. But Monster Hunter's a big one. I can't believe there was a lot that was shown off to it. But I guess granted, you know, if it's not going to be during like one of the big like gaming conventions, like, you know, when, because it wasn't really going to be there at E3. Well, sorry, not E3. Summer's Games Fest, sorry. And they did show quite a bit, but now they show a lot at like Gamescom, and you know, when's this game coming out? It's like around summer 2025, right? Or I might just be reimagining that. I'm not sure. But it's definitely one that I've been keeping my eye out. Otherwise, I would say it's pretty decent as far as like a whole so far, but we'll definitely jump a little more into details once Phil jumps in on call, and we'll kind of jump into some minor details about that, mainly because there's a lot. There is quite a lot, and I think we will only really be covering just some like main highlight stuff. And then we got a couple pickups. We'll probably just get that out of the way prior to talking about like the things in the past week, and Phil's gonna lose it. Phil's gonna lose it on this recent pickup because it just got dropped in today. We're kind of concerned about like when it was gonna show up. Well, at least I was definitely concerned, but was able to show up prior to the actual like time that was gonna like supposedly get dropped off. So I'm just happy about it.
Well, I'm here, so.
Well, thanks, Phil, for letting me know because I can't even see you. He's over here. He's on call. Yeah, I don't know, Phil, because I got hella screens, hella windows, and I don't see your ads in any of them. Okay, let me just like drop it over to this man. Phil, how long were you there?
Oh, not that long. I assumed you were talking, and then once I heard you said, "Well, when Phil gets here," and I was like, "Oh, this is good." I was waiting
like
for
a lioness in the brush. The most dangerous animal on the planet.
That was so good.
So how are you, Phil?
Very, very tired. My knee hurts. I got put on a knee brace.
Oh, geez, dude. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's just rough week. Rough week, but I'm on that overtime season, baby. So
the money's coming in.
Yeah, next week I'm working overtime all week.
Oh my God. I mean, I guess you've been through it before, so you know what's the harm.
it happens every year around this time frame. This is our peak season, so
yeah. Oh, don't worry, guys. If you guys heard echoes of Phil, that was because he was just booming out on my speakers, so I just put the headphones on. So should be good.
But other than that, it's been pretty chill. Hi, everybody. I'm back. I'm here.
We're living. We're live.
We do it live.
Yeah, I was kind of being like touch and go about like talking about like the topics of this past week because I kind of wanted you in here for that, but I was like, I want to talk about it.
No, I feel it. What have you got so far? Black Myth Wukong?
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about some things that have been happening over the course of Gamescom as far as like opening night live. Maybe a little bit of stuff that's been happening like after that.
Gamescom, yeah.
Because
I'm sorry.
Listen, Phil. It's a week long like convention. And there's a lot that they like show off, and probably not as much that catches our attention. So we'll just talk about some things that we like care about. Obviously, Black Myth Wukong. We'll talk about a little bit of like the success over on Steam side on that one, and then if you have pickups, we can do that prior to all that.
I don't have any pickups this week. My pickups. I know. 2 weeks in a row. It's crazy. I was gonna say I have 3 limited run orders on the way. I don't know if they'll arrive by next week. I guess only time will tell, but at least one of them is for sure arriving next week. Okay, and next week's MEO, so.
Oh, nice.
So I'll have something eventually, but yeah, right now I don't got anything. Been keeping it on the low, just waiting for the time to strike.
The most dangerous animal on the planet.
The most dangerous animal on the planet. Because I don't know. I have MEO next week, and I'm hoping. I've been really in the mood for more Ace Attorney. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, really?
I really want to play the rest of the series, so I'm like debating if I should just drop the money to just get
the next one,
the Apollo Justice trilogy and Ace Attorney Investigations collection.
Ooh, have you finished the first collection?
Not yet. I'm still on Justice for All.
Okay,
I'm gonna try to get through it. I don't want to rush it, but I'm gonna try to get through it.
Also,
I still got Trials and Tribulations, so
gotcha. Also, I guess shout outs to Kojima. His birthday's apparently today.
Oh, yo!
Nice.
Happy birthday, homie.
For me? Yeah. I also have a couple of things ready for limited run as far as like shipments. They're just saying ready for ship, and also in transit as well. Pentiment's one of them, so I'm looking forward to that one. But I got an update for one. It's a Xbox lineup this time around, It's
Yo.
it's Grandia HD collection. We also have High on
Oh,
Life
hell
and
yeah.
Grounded, fully yoked edition.
Fully yoked edition. That's funny because my copies of Grounded also shipped. I have 9 titles coming in.
Yes.
I'm ashamed of myself because some of these are just the same game but copies.
Oh my god.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
There's
I
a
won't
reason.
say that.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
All
I
right,
have
all right, all right.
I have Pentiment coming in, but I have 2 copies of it because I'm getting it. I have the Xbox version and I have the Switch version.
Yeah.
This is going to be a running theme right now because I also have Grounded coming in, and it's 2 copies of it because I have the Switch version and the Xbox version.
Okay.
I have 2 copies of King of Fighters coming in, King of Fighters 13 Global Match, the PS4 version and the Switch version.
All right.
Okay. And then from here on out, it's just single games. I have the Gleylancer and Yinyog. I think that's how you pronounce it. Combo pack. It's shoot 'em ups.
Okay.
Some shooters. And
Gotcha.
then I have Beacon Pines and I have Gigabash coming in.
Interesting.
Those are all Switch.
I gotcha.
I got some double. There's reasons, King of Fighters. I specifically wanted the Switch version to have a physical King of Fighters game on Switch because it hasn't been. If you looked at the Switch's library, all the SNK releases are not King of Fighters releases. Yeah. So I wanted that specifically to have a game that represents Terry. So that's kind of cool.
Gotcha.
But at the same time, I got the PS4 version because fighting game competitive reasons.
Yeah. PlayStation is kind of the epicenter of that.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I'm over here in Persona City with multiple copies too, so I can't really say.
Yeah. I did that too for Persona. I got the PS4 versions and I got the Switch versions.
It was just going to be Xbox for me, but you know what happened. I saw it.
Yeah. my thing is I wanted the Switch versions because that's probably the versions I'll likely play. But my Persona collection is mostly PlayStation. So it's like, I can't not. I don't know.
I feel that.
It's hard. It's hard out here, man.
Yeah.
Don't be like me. Don't get every version of Doom possible.
I don't even make notes on that one.
Did you see they're doing Quake for Xbox? Finally,
I saw that. I was like, I could have sworn that they did one for Xbox, but I guess they.
So the problem is when they did Quake 1, they weren't doing Xbox games yet. So they only did PS4 and Switch at the time frame, and then they eventually did the PS5 version. But that was it. And then they started rolling out the Xbox stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, maybe they'll do Quake eventually. And then they got to Quake 2 and we're like, well, we forgot number 1 existed.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. I mean, Quake 2 got the Xbox versions. I was like, that's kind of tight. I'm glad they're going to do the Xbox or the Xbox version of Quake 1. Like I said, and I'll talk a little more about my Xbox collecting habits for a very specific reason today in one of the topics. Okay. But it is a first party Xbox game, therefore I'm gonna get it on Xbox.
Gotcha. Now, we're kind of still on the topic of limited run, and I didn't want to bring this up prior to me showing off pickups as well, just to keep things rolling around with that. But they you told me that they were going to get you with banger after banger pre-orders.
That's what they said, right?
And I was like, yeah, all right. I wasn't expecting Valkyria Chronicles.
I wasn't expecting Valkyria Chronicles either. And the packaging on that is very interesting because they're calling it Valkyria Chronicles Remastered, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I am on the eShop right now, and I can confirm to you that the Switch doesn't have the remastered version. It just has a port.
So was that?
So I don't know if this is exclusively a physical copy thing.
Huh.
They haven't confirmed it. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to match the name, right?
Yeah.
They're just trying to match the name to the release on because for reference, right? Valkyria Chronicles Remastered has been a thing on PS4 and Xbox. They already have these physical copies. But for the Switch, they just ported Valkyria Chronicles. They didn't actually remaster it or anything. And like, it's been out since 2018, mind you. This version has been out since 2018, and they just didn't do a physical copy.
They never did a physical copy.
Very strange on their part, but
yeah,
it's here. So I don't know if it's just in the name, or maybe because it is going to include all the DLC. But it's a little weird. But no. Let me back it up a minute. I am so damn hyped for Valkyria Chronicles. That game is so good. Justin, have you played it?
I will start first and foremost by saying I have never played it, but I've seen this game like front and back, like over the years, because of just like how good it is. Good.
It is so good, dude. My God, it's so good. You know what? I feel bad now. I haven't played Valkyria Chronicles 4. I should probably pick up a copy of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because I love the first one. I've never got to play the second one on PSP. And the third one, we never got in America. So, you know.
Yeah, true.
And then we got that really bad spinoff.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase that. We got a Warrior style spinoff.
Oh, so that's how it is.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's not even by the Warriors team. That's the worst part.
Oh God! So it's just
yeah, it's just a thing. It happened. But 4 came out, and I remember it being a big deal because it came out in 2018 for Switch, PS4, Xbox One. And like I was like, oh, tight. I can play Valkyria Chronicles proper again on the Switch because it's portable, and I just never picked it up.
Yeah,
I don't know why I never did either. That's weird.
And I wanted an opportunity to like to play through it, but obviously like Valkyria Chronicles didn't come out on like other platforms until like later on. But I never really like jumped the gun on that, even like when it was available back in 2018.
So I'm excited. I should have realized they were going to go get Sega stuff because they already did Alien Isolation.
Yeah, and that almost seals the deal going forward, especially with Sonic.
I was going to forget. I also forgot that like they own Atlas. So if they already did Persona, why wouldn't they do other Sega stuff? That makes sense. Now, I do want to mention real quick, because I've seen people online get really upset about the Sonic Cross Generations and Valkyria Chronicles, because they're like, Sega, why aren't you just handling this yourself? I don't want to go through limited run. I don't want to do any of that.
Which is fair.
I'm just going to... It's fair. That's a fair point, because as much as I like limited run stuff, good Lord, they take forever to get here, dude. Like, I made that Beacon Pines and Gigabash package I'm getting was ordered in December.
Oh God.
So I understand that sentiment. I get it. I also think people need to realize that Sega wasn't going to do this at all. So
yeah,
if that version of Valkyria Chronicles has been on Switch since 2018, if they didn't make a physical copy now, I don't know when they would have done it. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Yeah, it's cool that it's getting it, and I'm going to be there because I love that game. But I get it, why you wouldn't want to go through, especially Sonic Cross Generations. I know the Sonic fans are like, man, $250.
Oh, God.
I do also want to point out something on there. Josh Fairhurst, the guy who owns Limited Run, actually pointed this out, and I had to go confirm this myself. He was like, hey, I just want to point out that the PS4 version is not selling that well. And I want to bring it to your attention because this is the only way you're getting a PS4 copy physically. And I was like, wait, what? And I went on Amazon, and he's correct. There is no listings on any retail store for a PS4 version. It's only PS5, Series X, and Switch.
Oh.
So the collector's edition, the PS4 version, is the only one that's actually exclusive to Limited Run.
That's crazy.
I did not know that, and I was like, "Whoa!" And he was saying like this could become one of the rarest Sonic copies ever made because of that.
I guess they're really trying to fully phase out of it, I guess. Well, on Sonic's side, as far as
Yeah.
like the platform availability.
I swear to God, I thought there was a PS4 version, and it turns out there's not.
Weird.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute real quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that almost makes me want to think about that, but it's like, nah, I should definitely just get on my platform like a preference. But that is so interesting. I might. I think personally, I'm not sure how anyone else feels about it, but I think it's as cool as that like collector's edition is. It is $250. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'll just stick with like. I'm not sure if it would be the Switch version because I've been getting a lot of my modern Sonic games on like Xbox platforms, so I might go that route. And I said the same thing with like Sonic Frontiers, so I think I might just go that route. That's a tough one though. I totally understand PlayStation as well, but PlayStation 4 being like such a limited thing.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I did not realize that.
I'm almost tempted by it, but it's like no, don't do it.
It's pricey, dog. I want it for the statue, but because first of all, if I was a good friend of mine, he's in the Discord, Nico Arc. I know he's probably all over that already. Because knowing him, he has the Sonic Mania statue, which is Sonic on a Genesis. So getting Sonic and Shadow on a Dreamcast, it's basically game over. He's done. He's getting it.
I get it.
I will say it's not that it's not worth $250. There's a lot in there.
There's a lot.
It's really cool, and they're going to ship the game out earlier than the package itself.
Yeah. So essentially, the game is to arrive as soon as possible, and everything else will come in later.
Yeah, they said the game should arrive within the first week of release.
Okay, that's good.
And then everything else will arrive by July of 2025. So
crazy.
Yeah, but like I think the big point here is like Sega and Atlas were not going to release these games like physically. They made that choice when they released them digitally. All right, so all I'm saying is like I understand that the practice sucks sometimes because FOMO.
Right.
But you were never gonna get a physical copy of Persona 4 Golden or Persona 3 Portable or Valkyria Chronicles. So,
hey.
And it's not like they charge full price either. Like $35 is reasonable.
Yeah.
Like imagine you just buy 2 games from them and you're paying for one basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So
235s to make 1 Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. And I mean, they're niche releases too. It's not like they're sitting here going like, man, I mean, Persona and Sonic and stuff, that's kind of big, but like the retro stuff is very niche. Like there's only a very specific set of people who are like Tomba. That's me. I'm Tomba.
It's me. I am Tomba.
I'm Tomba. I love Tomba, but so I don't know. I'm cool with it. I'm also very patient. I can wait. I have so many other games to play.
This is also true. Very true.
So I just don't understand so much of the anger. I kind of get it sometimes, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I can wait.
That's true. I think it's just like a immediate need for like said game. I can be like that when it comes to like, can I just like get on Amazon or can I just go to a local GameStop?
It's human nature. You gave money, you received something. That's just kind of how it is. So
Gotcha.
It's cool with me. I'm like I waited this long. Once my Rocket Knight Adventure shows up, I'm playing that bad boy so fast.
Gotcha. Speaking of,
oh no,
we got pickups, baby. Maybe just one sided this time around, but we got pickups regardless. Everybody, I was concerned. Yeah. So I was concerned about these ones showing up later today. I kind of want to show them off for podcast, and I was glad that they did show up prior to it. So we got 3 of them from Limited Run. Let me just show this one off. I'm sorry, Phil. We got Cosmic Fantasy Collection right here.
Oh
here.
My god. Oh, dude. It's literally the one Limited Run release that I missed out on because of funds, and it's the one I really want. Because I love the idea of playing old RPGs that we never got to play in English. And it's got that really cool 90s anime look, and it's a PC Engine CD game. Like, oh my god.
I'm really curious about it. So this includes Cosmic Fantasy 2. It's got a sound mode, it's got a movie mode, so you get to really just dive into that. And I believe there was a second one, right? Or at least a second collection that we should be anticipating.
Okay, yeah. So from my understanding, it's the Cosmic Fantasy 2 is the one we got in America back in the day. We never got the first one, and it's weird because they called it Cosmic Fantasy 2 when there was no such thing as a first one here in the States. Weird. I will point out to some people who are very niche fans of that series, it is Japanese. So it's not the terrible English dub that it used to have. The bad but good English dub.
All right.
That it used to have. This is going to be the Japanese versions with subtitles over everything. So I believe it's by Edia, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Edia.
so it's the same. If you remember looking at the Valis collection, it's kind of like that setup.
Oh, I see.
Same setup, same team. So.
Oh wow. All right.
So I really wanted to play those games. They've piqued my curiosity for years now. And so when they said, "Oh, we're doing a collection of 1 and 2," I was like, "Yo, the first game that never came to the States, let's go." And I didn't have the funds to get it because for some reason, Edia games on limited run are like $50, $45 to $50. They're not the 35 standard like price. Like Valis 3's up right now for pre-order, and it's like, why is this $45? They charge premium for those specific releases. I don't know why. But I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you. I heard they're very fun turn-based RPGs. They're very niche, little grindy, but you can get through it.
Gotcha.
And
yeah.
Yes, there is going to be a Cosmic Fantasy Collection 2 that should include Cosmic Fantasy 3, Cosmic Fantasy 4 Part 1, and Cosmic Fantasy 4 Part 2.
Sick. Okay.
And that is actually the entirety of that series. There's nothing else.
Oh, nice.
So that means that means America can finish the story for the first time.
Very nice. You love to see it.
I'm still jealous. I'm waiting. You know what I'm betting on? I'm betting on what's that website in Canada? Video Games Plus. I'm waiting for them to have stock, and immediately I'm just gonna get one.
Fair enough. I kind of saw them like restocking on stuff, and I was like, oh, I even saw. I think it was Quake as well.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna pick up a copy from them. And I already see your next game, and I am also very jealous because I didn't get that one either.
You know, this was like one of the more like interesting like titles I saw, so I definitely picked it up. We have El Shaddai here, HD. What does it say?
Yeah.
What does it say? El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron HD remaster.
Yeah, that game is so good, Justin. You're gonna like that game. Have you ever played the original?
No.
It's very good. It's a very, very hidden gem action game, kind of like Devil May Cry-ish. Very good. It was on PS3 and 360 back in the day.
Man, I did not even hear about this one, but I'm so curious about it. And I also have Rocket Knight Adventures like right here as well.
I'm waiting for my copy.
Yeah, yours will arrive hopefully soon enough. Yeah, this is one of those that are definitely branded for the Carbon engine. Their proprietary engine that helps with like porting things over to modern consoles. So super nice. That means that people have an opportunity to try out this game as well, including myself.
Yeah, dude. And Rocket Knight was the one series that Konami just forgot they existed for a long time. So no, dude, no. Rocket Knight Adventures for the Genesis that's on that collection is literally goated. One of the best games of all time. It's so good. The other two are pretty good. They're not bad. What is it? Rocket Knight 2 and Sparkster?
Oh, actually, yeah, let me double check.
I think that's what it's on there.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Yeah, Rocket Knight 2 in America is actually just called Sparkster on Genesis. But Sparkster on Super Nintendo is a separate game. So that's weird. But they're all three on there. And I heard that they fixed the Super Nintendo version. So it's like it doesn't have the slowdown.
Oh, interesting. All right.
You could play it with the original slowdown because the Carbon engine is intended to play it as intended. But you can also play it fixed, where it actually fixes the slowdown.
Okay.
So it actually makes it a pretty good game.
For sure.
Yeah, my package for that one I guess we're still waiting on Felix the Cat.
Oh, gotcha.
So
I forget if I ever.
I'm excited.
On that one.
I'm excited for you, and I'm jealous at the same time.
I hear you. There'll be an opportunity. I can almost feel it. Well, actually, it might be a bad time because I would say if anything, Comic-Con was like a really like special opportunity for me to pick up on like some titles here, except for Castlevania because I guess people really like jumped in on that one. But there's some opportunities out there. I wonder what they'll have next year, but I guess that's like way out in the future. They may not include everything that's happening between now and there, so we'll see. But I think that's everything. That's all my pickups. And well, this week anyway. Man, dude, there's still a lot showing up. There's like, well, I mean, Gamescom kind of takes over as far as like all the news there. But is there anything else you'd like to bring up prior to us like starting to cover that or Black Myth Wukong? I'll probably have that like after the fact.
No.
Okay, then.
I think we should be all right. I think we should be good for opening night.
Okay, here we go. So, guys, it was kind of like that's our E3 presentation / now Summer's Games Fest, where we see like a showcase hosted by Jeff Keighley about all the new games and some updates here and there for existing ones. And I think the big one that was kind of a surprise, was it the first one? Remind me if I'm wrong. Was Borderlands 4?
Are you not considering the pre-show?
I wasn't considering the pre-show. I guess there were some stuff showing up there too.
Well, okay, to be fair, the only two things I really liked from the pre-show.
Oh yeah, let's talk some highlights. Things that we liked.
It's just the two. For me, it was definitely Terry in Street Fighter 6.
Ah, okay. Yeah. That was a really nice trailer video.
He looks sick. He looks a lot better in motion. That weird clip that they showed at Evo, he looked a little too real for me. Like he doesn't look like Terry. But in motion, like actual gameplay, my God, he looks cool. Also, Capcom are like the biggest SNK fans, I swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
Next to Sakurai, obviously. Because have you seen his like screen animation when you just character select?
Yeah.
It's so cool. He's playing a 4-game cabinet Neo Geo. That's so cool. Also, his opening video when in story mode is also it's a reference to both Street Fighter 2 and Fatal Fury 1, where he pulls up in the car. I was like, that's so cool. You got me. I'm a Terry main now. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a professional Street Fighter 6 player.
Terry only.
Yeah, I'm a Terry main, everybody. Well, wait till Mike comes out, then I'm gonna have to double, but as of right now, I'm a Terry main.
Mm-hmm.
No, he looks great. I think he comes out this month, no? Or September?
September. Wake me up.
Soon. And then the other one I wanted to highlight was Directive 2080.
Directive 2080.
Yes,
what was that one?
Is a Dark Pictures game.
Oh. Yeah, was it like a little bit more space themed?
Yes, so this was actually teased at the end of Devil in Me. It was a teaser trailer at the end of it. That they were going to use a space theme, and they called it Directive 8020, a Dark Pic. So they're changing the name to a Dark Pictures game instead of being called the Dark Pictures Anthology. But it is the first game in the second season.
Interesting. All right.
So we will be. It's if you don't know what that is, it's a super massive game. So the choice based decision making. It Until Dawn developers is basically what I'm trying to say.
I gotcha.
So it's a horror themed. I like those games a lot. I'm excited. That's cool.
Nice. I think that fits well in like a space theme type of thing as well for horror.
Yeah. Well, I think they're just trying to hit every genre. You know, they've done ghosts, they've done creatures. You know, so space sci-fi horror like Alienish is pretty cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think
Oh, that was it, by the way.
I gotcha.
For the pre-show, I don't actually quite remember what was at the pre-show.
Yeah, I'm trying to like find like a website that just kind of like chronologically like sorts them out. Couldn't quite get one exactly. And I'm still
I'm
kind of
working.
looking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're both trying to do the same thing here. Anai, what'd you think about Gamescom? Thanks.
Is he on the? Is he
No,
in the
he's
chat?
not. No, he's not. He's not.
Oh my god.
I actually don't know what's going on with him today. Hopefully he's available tomorrow.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, God, where did I get like my little bit of news? Because was it from The Verge? Mm-hmm.
I usually get it from The Verge, but The Verge does not have it in order.
Oh, really? Huh. That must have gotten it elsewhere. Because I remember like just reciting it the other day.
Right. Let me see. Maybe Eurogamer can help me out here.
Maybe.
So Eurogamer has it in chronological order. Yes.
Oh, sick. Okay, we can work off that. And I'll also pull up a copy page here too.
The only thing they don't have is the pre-show.
Oh, okay. There
Which
wasn't really that
we just
stood
went
out to
over
me,
the-
but we just went over that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they have it in order.
Cool.
I have it in front of me.
Okay,
So yes, the first announcement was Borderlands 4. Yes.
which is crazy considering the movie like just completely bombed. But that was definitely not their intention. It just kind of happened.
Yeah. It's also just a teaser. They didn't really show
right.
much.
This is gonna be one of those, Phil, that I'll have to jump into.
Maybe.
We'll see.
The only way they can get me right now is if they really do something unique with the gameplay. Because I played a little bit of Borderlands 3 and I haven't played Wonderlands. I would like to. But so far it's Borderlands. Like if you know what a looter shooter is, you're good to go.
I see.
But all right, I got an idea. We're gonna put either hype or not hype to each game.
Okay, all right.
You think Borderlands 4 was hype?
I think this announcement was pretty hype.
Okay. I needed a little more to go off of, so I would say not hype right now. But the idea of Borderlands 4 is hype, though. I will give it that. Next on the docket, Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
This is kind of contextual about my answer, but I mean, the story stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I just wasn't really feeling it. Yeah,
they showed a lot of the campaign, and that's what they were going on with this trailer.
Yeah.
And you know what? The campaign for Black Ops Cold War, which I guess is considered 5, I liked it. It's actually interesting and fun. So I would say I'm hyped for it, you know?
This is a tough one for me. I think I ultimately will say hyped because I think obviously for me, the campaign for Call of Duty is like what kind of sells me on like the individual title.
Next on the list was the remaster that everyone asked for. And I mean it. Goat Simulator remaster.
Oh my god. Goat Simulator remastered.
I didn't realize that the first one needed to be remastered. I didn't realize that, considering you could still play it on modern hardware.
Yeah, it's not hype for me.
No. Let's continue. Hold on.
Okay, I got you. Also, I'm not sure if you wanted to talk about the Nintendo Museum at all in any capacity.
Oh, we can totally talk about that after this.
Okay.
I'm down.
Okay.
Persona 3 Reload DLC.
It's going to feature
episode Aegis.
Yeah.
Yep. Why do they have to always use Joker? Oh my god. It's cool. It's a boss fight.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's actually part of episode Aegis 2. Like, it's not part of the answer.
It's just an individual fight, maybe.
Yeah, so that's cool. I mean, I don't know. I'd say hype just because it's Persona 3 Reload. I just, I don't know. The answer is what I'm actually looking forward to because that's the epilogue from Fez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To complete everything. Also, Blue Raptor, hello.
Next on the list, one. Dying Light the Beast.
Oh, I guess Persona 3 Real. I'm not hyped for it, so I'll just give it that answer.
Okay. Dying Light the Beast. A brand new game set in the Dying Light universe. This is according to Eurogamer.
Well,
do you like Dying Light?
I think I could like it, but I just never got into it, so I'm not really hyped for this one.
I think I've just never really played it, so I can't say hype, but like I'd be willing to try it. I don't know. That sounds
fair
cool.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. There's another game I know, really quick off topic. The other day I saw it's called The Surge. I kind of want to play it. Looks like it looks like a cybernetic version of like Dark Souls. Like it's got that kind of combat.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool. Looks kind of all right. But speaking of games that have a Dark Souls style combat, next on the docket was Black Myth Wukong.
Nothing to say. It's hype.
Nothing to say. Obviously everyone's playing it.
A lot of people are playing it.
And no one's playing Concord.
Ooh. God, that's another story about Steam. Oh,
brother,
man.
that game has a lower player count than the Lord of the Rings Gollum did last year.
God.
And I can at least say Concord's a better game. It's just no one's playing it.
That's a real shame for Concord. That's a real shame.
Well, considering Concord's also getting an episode in secret level, that's pretty bad. They were expecting this to hit. And that sucks because I heard it took 8 years of development to make this game.
That's rough.
It's rough out here, buddy. I mean, I don't know what they expected. They released where Black Myth Wukong came out and some other games came out. Like,
I guess full transparency for chat. No, I have not played it, and it's because a lot of money has been spent.
Yeah.
Although
I want to play it.
Yeah, and it's also one of those weird things where it's like there's no physical, so it's like it would just have to be through Steam, and I'm like, I'm not sure, but yeah.
I heard the PS5 version's kind of meh, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I want to play it on PS5. It looks cool.
Put it on the wish list.
Yep. Next on the list was Dragon Ball Sparking Zero trailer. Mark is not here to really get crazy hype about it, so
yeah, Mark's not here to defend it. So I was like, not hyped.
No. It's hype. It's hype. It's just my problem is I don't know what I'm looking at.
Oh, actually, is it just like a kind of? It isn't really like a gameplay overview. It's just kind of a
new characters.
Oh, is it just new characters? Oh,
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's still good. I see
cool.
Gohan.
It's just the roster is ridiculously crazy. So.
Oh yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's hype.
Next on the docket was this really weird looking, but kind of cool looking at the same time. Game called King of Meat.
King of Meat.
It's apparently, quote unquote, according to Eurogamer, the elevator pitch is Amazon Games does Fall Guys.
It did look Fall Guys-esque, like a Fall Guys maker.
Yeah, and that's basically what it is. Apparently, it is made by X Media Molecule developers. So, okay.
I think the promotion for it with Jeff Keighley was good.
Yeah.
But when I really think about myself trying to play it, I'm not really hyped about that. So I'll say not hyped.
Not hype. Next on the list was Linked Banner of the Spark.
I don't remember this one.
Yeah, I'm not hyped.
Is it the I was trying to remember. Yeah, I'm gonna just play something like real quick. It
kind of looks like Monster Hunter, apparently.
Really? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, was there gameplay? I
see
it.
is.
I see it.
Yeah, not hype.
Not hyped, I would say.
Yeah. Next on the list was Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Apparently, this is a Don't Nod game.
Yeah, we saw this a little bit in Game Awards, I believe. Also, real quick, Mark, we'll talk about Monster Hunter. Probably after this, though. A lot of things to talk about after the fact.
Yeah. Lost Records, it's a game by Don't Nod. It's happening.
It's Life is Strange, but like lots of cursing. Hell yeah.
It's Life is Strange from the actual Life is Strange, the original developer, and I guess that's basically
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say I wonder what they're gonna try to like tackle this time, but yeah, otherwise not hype.
Yeah. No More Room in Hell 2.
I don't know about the first one.
I never knew what the first one. I didn't even know there was a first one.
And I just don't really remember this one. Apparently, it's like 8-player permadeath co-op experience. Interesting.
Not hype.
But
not hype.
Not as hyped.
Nope. Arc Raiders.
Oh, it's
the
crazy.
Studio behind the finals.
Oh, I see why. I see why. I looked at it. I was like, that looks very familiar. Like, I totally saw this.
It's another team shooter.
Ooh.
Not hype.
Ooh. I gotta say, I'm not hyped about that one.
Yeah. Infinity Nikki.
Real Gamers Rise Up. This is it.
So
our time's now.
I need you to know something, Justin.
Okay. All right.
That there are like over 1 million wish lists for this game already.
Over 1 million?
Yeah.
Oh, so Real Gamers actually rose up.
Yeah, okay, so apparently I'm not hyped for this game, but apparently I'm in the wrong because everyone is going to play this game when it comes out. It is described as a costume dress-up RPG.
I can't say I'm hyped for it, but it does actually look pretty stellar. I'll say that.
It does look visually pleasing. I'm just... What the hell is everyone on?
That's true. This recent trailer they showed kind of was going a little bit off the genre for me. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm not hyped for it. I'll have to be honest with it. But otherwise, keep your eyes peeled, everybody.
Yeah. Next on the docket was Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Good. That game comes out next month. Highly anticipated sequel to the first game that was on PS3 and 360.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like Space Marine. It's very Bayonetta, Devil May Cry action based.
Oh, really?
So,
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, it's an action game. Yeah, it's tight. You should play it.
I thought it was just like a
Very
third-person like shooter type, which I was totally down for.
Well, it's got third-person shooter elements like kind of like Gears as well, but a lot of the action with the chainsaws and stuff like that.
Oh god, hold on. Wait. Something happened. Close that. Sorry. I panicked because audio started playing on that website.
Oop.
We're good though. I'm just gonna go in blind for now.
Yeah. I will say hype for Space Marine 2, and this one's gonna have 3-player multiplayer and everything. That's kind of cool.
Okay, sick. Yeah, that's hype.
Yeah. Next was Predecessor, a MOBA shooter. I'm done. Next.
Swipe.
Yeah, Swipe. Path of Exile 2.
Can't say much about this one.
It's kind of like Diablo, so if you like Diablo, you'll like this game. Apparently this is free to play though.
Oh, interesting.
Dune Awakening. Yeah, next. don't really.
Wait, Mark, do you actually like Predecessor? Hold it.
Oh, does he?
Hold it.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
That's true. It is MOBA. I just thought about that. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I was like, of course he does. It's a MOBA. Mark, you're killing me here, man.
Hold the line.
I see the chat. I opened it up finally. Oh, I'm not drinking a jar of milk, Mark. I'm drinking coffee because I'm really tired.
I feel that. I almost felt the need to drink some.
I need to live on coffee today. I feel like I'm gonna pass out anytime right now. So, cheers.
Cheers.
If you must know, it's the same thing I made the other night on streams. It's a blueberry coffee with French vanilla creamer and sweet cold foam top.
How's that compared to the Dunkin' Donuts one we were running for a little bit?
Oh no, not even anywhere close. That Dunkin' Donuts one was fire. But Path of Exile, it's a clone. Dune Awakening. Does anybody like Dune Awakening?
It was kind of cool in grand scale, but otherwise not really big on that.
I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, I haven't even seen Dune 1 and 2. I've seen the original Dune. Does that count for something?
I would say it has some weight.
All right. Next on the list was Reanimal.
Which one was this?
So Reanimal is the new game from Tarsier Studios, the creators of Little Nightmares.
Oh, yeah, I remember that there was some mixed signals as far as like, is this a Little Nightmares 3 or is this something?
It's not. This is a new game from the team who made Little Nightmares. And it gets more confusing later on, but I'll get to that.
Okay.
But yes, Reanimal is a new game from Little Nightmares. It looks all right. It looks very Little Nightmares-ish, yeah. That's also a series I should play. I have not played them.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah. Next was Genshin Impact.
Oh, on Xbox?
Yeah, so new character, new update. According to Eurogamer, a shiny trailer for Genshin Impact's latest Natlan update.
Yeah.
Also, coming to Xbox November 20th. They finally did it.
That's sick. That's crazy. I totally forgot that Xbox would be a platform viable for Genshin. I've just been thinking about Switch.
I'm not hyped, but I'm also hyped for everybody who wants to play Genshin Impact.
I'll say that's hype. I've been kind of like jumping back into just the Hoyosphere just through Zenless, but Genshin is also part of that by Splash. So
Mark can now live his ultimate weeaboo fantasy.
Aha! I see. Gotcha, Mark.
We got
him.
You
have to wait until November.
Hoyoverse got him. Now wait till they put ZZZ and freaking Honkai Star Rails.
Yeah, I kind of imagine like that's gonna happen just later at that point. Maybe Honkai Impact. So. Maybe we'll see.
I would assume so. Next on the docket was Monster Hunter Wilds. All right, now we're talking, baby. Man,
let's go,
bro. You don't need to show me anymore. I'm already sold.
I'm in. I'm in. You got me. Like, I literally don't need to see anything else. The only other thing I want to see from this is a Switch 2 game. Other than that, don't show me anything else. I'm in the Monster Hunter Wilds. You got me. Yeah, I'm in too.
It looks so cool, dude.
It's crazy good. And that's what you get with years of experience in development.
Freaking Capcom, man. This generation of Capcom, this is the best timeline, dude. This is the best timeline for Capcom, and it's not even funny.
Man, dude. It's enough to spark you into playing the older games as well.
Kinda. And then next on here was my favorite announcement of the whole night. Because we finally have a release date for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, baby.
Oh.
We have an announcement. We got details on certain things. So first off, we'll be playing City of the Wolves April 24th, which is a little later than I thought it was going to be, but I'll take it.
Or 2025?
Playing it on PS. Yeah. Okay. 2025, April 24th. You'll be playing it on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam and Epic Game Store, I guess. Mm-hmm. It has crossplay, so Mark, I'm coming for you.
Oh.
I'm coming for that ass, boy. I'm not even kidding. We're gonna be playing. If you pre-order the game, you get Terry's original costume, which is super cool.
Sick.
Cool. And then they revealed the next character. I cannot believe in a post-Garo game we're actually gonna get Mai, and she looks so good. She looks super cool, dude.
They actually have a brand new costume for her, yeah.
Brand new costume. Well, the thing is, remember, Garo Mark of the Wolves was supposed to be like the future of Garo, like the future of Fatal Fury. So Terry was the only returning character. Everyone was like, a newcomer or an apprentice or somehow related to older Fatal Fury characters. So getting Mai is really cool because now she's back. We did it. We freaking did it. But also because they also announced Billy Kane recently too, which is cool. Again, another Fatal Fury character. Another one that was like, what? He's still alive somehow? Like it's cool, dude. I'm excited to keep. I want to see what this does for the lore. They also announced an RPG mode.
It kinda, right? It's kind of like I wouldn't say it's like Sonic Battle or anything like that, but like it almost kind of is.
It almost kind of is with actual like level up mechanics, and it's pretty interesting. I also want to confirm that they are confirming 22 characters out at the gate.
Yeah. Wait, so I think it's like 17.
Yeah, so here's the catch. It's 17 characters with the game. 5 of those characters after that will be DLC in its first season.
Yeah, and that first season will just be available for you if you go with the special edition, and there is no option for base, so therefore you get it for free.
No, there is an option for base.
No, Max went through this whole entire journey about that. No, there is no base version. There legitimately is no base version. If you look on Steam and look at the about,
they're just gonna.
They have
so essentially they're selling the game. First of all, special edition's only $60. They're not even gonna give you the full 70. That's awesome.
That is good. That is good. I think it would have been great if it was just like there was a base game, but when you look at it, when you look it up, it's like there actually has no plans for a base game to be sold separately. So you end up really going for the special edition. Therefore, you have like the additional like 5 characters later on.
It sounds to me that maybe they just weren't ready to release those last 5 characters, so they're kind of just planning them as DLC instead, so they have time.
Maybe that sounds pretty logical.
Yeah, look, like I said, this is not a King of Fighters game, right? You don't need a roster of 50 characters out the gate. I understand how taxing that could be.
Yeah.
So you can 17 characters is a good number. I'm cool with that. And 17 uniquely different characters is really good. I'm cool with that. I like it. Considering Garo only has like 12, I think.
There's only 12? Crazy.
I think I can pull up Garo in front of me, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only got so many characters. There's not much. But yeah, no, I'm excited. That was my favorite announcement of the whole night. Is that biased?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Are you hyped?
Absolutely
biased. Yeah. I'm also pretty hyped about it too. Having played it like at Evo, yeah, I get the hype. I get it.
That's why. It's because we've already played it. Knowing what the game is already, I'm in. They woof.
They cooked with this
I'm
one.
about to make a name for myself out here. I'm loading up Garo right now. But as we load that up.
All right. What's the next thing on the list?
Next on the list was Mecha Break, a 6v6 multiplayer game.
Yeah, it's like a mech shooter type of thing.
Yeah.
I hear that actually people were pretty hyped about that.
It was a video game. I'm not hype. I'm sorry. I couldn't even lie about it even if I wanted to.
Ooh, well, yeah, I guess I have to say the same because it's been a hot minute since Armor Core. I definitely need to jump back into that, but yeah, I'm always like invested with that one.
Okay, now this next one is going to be very painful to talk about because
got it.
Because Monument Valley 3 got announced.
It's over.
Now,
it's Jover.
No. I'm not actually joking. It's going to be painful to talk about this one because I actually really like Monument Valley 1 and 2. I played it on mobile. They were like the best games on mobile for a long time. They won awards and everything. They're so beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. So when they said Monument Valley 3, I was like, no way, dude. That's so cool. That's so hype. I can't believe. And then they said it's exclusive to Netflix games. Shoot.
What?
Me. It's an exclusive Netflix game.
Oh, that's weird.
Why? Why? You couldn't even at least made it PC only or something? You're gonna lock Monument Valley 3 behind Netflix? Oh my God.
Behind a Netflix subscription. Yes, it would seem.
Killing me. So I'm not hype. I'm actually really upset about this.
Okay.
I wanted to play it.
I can fault Stu with that. I didn't actually catch that bit of information. It's Joe for everybody.
Next on the list, and a better positive note, Civilization 7.
Okay.
I'm not like super into Civilization, but I'm very happy for everybody, so I'm gonna say hype.
It's not for me. I'm not hyped, but I also share the same sentiment.
Yeah. I have seen a game of Civilization played like proper, and it was pretty cool to look at. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I will say hype. I don't know if I can, like, I need to personally I might use 7 as an example and actually play it for once. We'll see. We'll see. Next on the docket was Starfield Shattered Space. That was a trailer. It was weird.
Are you forgetting something, Phil?
Eurogamer says it right here. It in quote, a weirdly sexy reveal.
What?
And I was like, "This have you not seen the trailer?"
I don't think I really like paid attention to get any type of like arousal like that.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. But it is Shattered Space is confirmed to be a horror style game. Like,
that's kind of sick, actually.
it's also, if you're playing Starfield, it's also its own planet, so you can just go to it when you want to.
That's actually nice.
Yeah. So arrives on September 30th for Xbox and PC.
Gotcha. Don't forget about that vehicle. Don't forget about the vehicle.
The Rev 8, bro. Next on the docket, Marvel Rivals.
Okay. Shoot, was it that trailer that featured like Cap and Bucky?
Yep, that's the one.
Now that was kind of hype. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. It's a MOBA shooter, so.
Is it MOBA? Or I thought it was just. Well, actually, I should probably distinguish. Is it MOBA versus hero?
No, it's a hero shooter, I guess, theoretically. But at the same time, I will say the only thing that has me interested in this game, because I'm not really into free to play like MOBA shooters, but I will say the idea that every character is going to be free, including future updates, I think you got me. I want to check that out.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty cool. Makes a proper release on December 6th.
Wow. Just like making it into 2024, but not quite like Game of the Year stuff. But yeah. All right. I'm kind of hyped for it. I'll give it like a good yes.
Yeah. I'll say I'm hyped for now. We'll see.
Yeah. See, I can't get into Overwatch. And I think this might be like the gateway.
Same.
Oh, wait, let me just go ahead.
Oh, sorry. 16 characters in the original game. All right, that's cool. In the original Garo, just counted.
Oh, gotcha.
Next on the docket, Secret Level.
Okay, so this is interesting. So it's through Amazon Prime Video. It's pretty much an anthology featuring a load of different video game like franchises series. And I'm trying to remember exactly the full listings of what was featured. I know that God of War was there, Mega Man was there, Pac-Man was there, and I'm forgetting the rest right now. Oh, Sifu. Sifu had like a big presence there.
God of War was there. Ghost of Tsushima was in there. Concord was in there.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, Mega Man, Pac-Man. It's going to be based on a bunch of different games, and it sounds cool. It sounds all right.
I'll definitely have to check it out.
I will be checking it out myself. Yeah. I'm pretty hyped for that one.
Yeah, I'll give it a hype. Yeah.
Next on the list is Age of Mythology Retold.
Age of Mythology.
Yes, Age of Mythology. I'll tell you this, that I'm hyped for it. I like the Age of Empires games. I've been playing Age of Empires 2 on Xbox. So
oh wow.
It's pretty good. And this one's the cool one because this is the spinoff where it's like gods and whatnot. So this has always been exclusive to PC. So this is a remake of it.
Interesting.
So and it's since it's an Xbox owned series, it's day one Game Pass. So I'll play it.
Oh, that's sick.
So I'll be hyped for it.
I will say no though.
Yeah. Speaking of Xbox published things, the next on the docket is Towerborn.
That's definitely a topic that we'll talk about, but let's just talk about the game itself. It looks sick.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about it later. Well, I don't know. We kind of have to bring up some things.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right, fair enough. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, the game looks cool. It looks fine.
Yeah.
It looks like a beat 'em up. Yeah.
Yeah, I just love like the presentation and colors.
Yeah. It is being done by Stoic, who's known for the Banner Saga, so it's gonna look really good, pretty. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I found out it's free to play.
Free to play, I think early access, right?
I think so. I don't know what that means though. Like, how do you make a beat 'em up free to play?
Good question. Actually, when you really think about it, I think
I don't know what that means for that, but why is Steam getting it first?
Steam's getting like a pre-purchase thing going on with it, and then Xbox users will get it later.
So here's the thing that's confusing me. They keep claiming that Towerborn is this year. However, they're only confirming the Steam early access for the 10th of September.
Mm-hmm.
So Towerborn's not coming out this year on Xbox.
Yeah.
So theoretically, there's only 2 games from first party Xbox. Well, I guess 3 if you count Age of Mythology.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That.
All right. Well, okay, we'll get to that when we get to that. We'll get there soon.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
We'll say not hype. I'll say not hype for Towerborn, to be honest with you.
I'm still kind of hyped for Towerborn, but it's also kind of like mixed messages about like the releases for the different platforms. But yeah, I get you. But I'm still kind of hyped for the game itself.
Delta Force Hawk Ops. That was a video game.
It certainly was. I'll safely put a not hyped on that.
I won't safely put it. I'm not hyped at all. Let's continue. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Okay. I heard the first one's pretty good. I should play it.
I honestly, I've seen the gameplay from the first one and now seeing the second one. Like, there's such a huge hike in, like, I guess everything that they've done. They improved everything on it. So I'm pretty hyped for that.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Zenless Zone Zero.
What is that one? Was that just a trailer?
New update.
Huh.
New region, new Iridu.
For New Year. Oh yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't play ZZZ, so
I'll give it, I'll say hype because I've been playing that for a little bit.
Okay.
Not too daily, but definitely been playing that.
Well, have you been playing the next one on the list? Because it's Honkai Star Rail, baby.
I have to, but I haven't yet.
It's a new character reveal and a collaboration. Oh, okay, so this is the big one.
Oh yeah.
Starting in 2025, they're actually going to do a collaboration with Fate Stay Night, which is kind of wild, to be honest with you.
I think that in itself is pretty hype. I can't really say like as a whole. I would say I'm like hype yet. I'm just not part of the universe yet.
Yeah, I'd say that's it's. Okay, I'll give it the hype, but only because Fate Stay Night is actually like a cool collaboration. I don't even play the Fate series at all. I just know that it's kind of cool.
Damn, you're right. I guess I will also give it the hype as well.
Yeah. On the next subject, it's Batman Arkham Shadow, baby.
Oh, hell yeah.
Why?
No hype.
Why is this a MetaQuest game? I hate you. I hate you. Warner Brothers, what are you doing? Not the next Arkham game being a freaking VR game. Oh my god.
They should have made like a platform specific Arkham game, then for VR, just call it Detective Mode.
No, I'm not even mad that it's a VR game. That's not my problem. My problem is that it's only on the MetaQuest 3 and it's not on any other VR system. So I have to get a MetaQuest 3 to play it.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
Because if it was at least on PS5 or PSVR 2, I could at least have a easier access to get to it, but it's not.
The PSVR 2.
I hate it here. I hate it here. Next on the list, this is where it gets confusing. All right, you ready?
All right.
Little Nightmares 3 got shown off. Now you may be wondering, wait a minute, didn't they just show off Reanimal? You're right. Little Nightmares 3 is not being made by Tarsier.
Oh.
It's being made by Supermassive, which is the people who do the Dark Picture games. I looked into this because I was like, that's kind of crazy that they're going to do their own version. It turns out this is not as crazy as it looks. They helped port in the enhanced edition of Little Nightmares 2 to PS5 and Series X.
Oh.
So this is going to be them taking their own shot at Little Nightmares, while Reanimal is going to be Little Nightmares style. Like it's that kind of gameplay, but not necessarily Little Nightmares.
Like a spiritual successor? Although
basically,
doing just fine. Yeah.
But from the original company, from the original team.
Interesting. Well, it could have been a Moon Harvest situation.
Yeah.
But not quite. Let's say,
but it looks hype.
Yeah. I was gonna say hype.
Yeah.
It's one of the series that I feel like I really should jump into. Even though I'm not one privy for like horror games, this is one that's like not like that in the same way as I would otherwise get scared for those types of games.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hyped for it.
Next on the docket was Hurdling.
Hurdling, I remember this one. No, it's not hype.
No, we can keep going. Oh, okay. I get one F-bomb per podcast, correct?
All
right. Not Peter fucking Molyneux showing the hell up to the stage right now. I can't. Oh my god.
So.
Oh my god. Get that dude off the stage.
Anyone who's not so informed, Phil?
He's the creator of Fable.
Oh, that's good. Yeah?
Well, the problem is if you know the history of Peter Molyneux and Fable, you'll know that he promises these crazy things and then the game comes out and it's nothing like he ever promised.
Oh.
At all.
No, he's got a track record.
Look up the history. Look at the track record. Look up the history. There's a lot of videos on it. This dude's crazy. But Masters of Albion is a kind of like God Sim style game. Apparently, according to him, takes place in the Fable universe because Albion is a thing in there. I don't know if there's any legal rights to that, but hey, whatever you want to do, dog. I would say no, not hype.
I will also say not hype. It just didn't captivate me like that.
Next on the list was Squid Game Unleashed.
Yeah, no, I'm not hyped for that one.
Nope.
Sorry, fans.
Next on that, after that was Unknown 9 Awakening.
What was that one?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. This is the part of the show where I started blanking out.
It did take a little bit.
I don't know what this was. Apparently, according to Eurogamer, it's kind of like an Assassin's Creed style.
Oh, I think I may have seen this before. Like they probably showed it off like a little bit during like Game Awards, if not Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I think this was a live action trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So not
hyped. Yeah.
On the next one was Arena Breakout Infinite, a free to play tactical
MOBA,
extraction shooter.
Okay.
Next, I know I was
Next.
not hyped for it. Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. Okay, they showed off cool things. I was already hyped for Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, so I'm just gonna say hype
Vessel
as
of
is.
Hatred.
But like, I don't really need. I know it's really metal. What's a metal ass like title? Vessel of Hatred. But like, you don't really need to go any further than that. Let's see.
I'll give it the safe hype.
All right. Anyways, she just got back home. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Next on the list, finally something to be okay. Pretty interested in. The first Berserker Kazan.
Oh, that was hype. Because not only was it the gameplay, but it's the fact that Ben Starr is going to be Kazan.
Yep, I'm in that. That's good. I'm into that. I'm hyped for that one. Let's see. Aura History Untold was next. Another Xbox published game, but it's PC only.
Yeah.
So, it looks like an Age of Empires style game. I don't know.
I'm not. It's not for me, so I'm not quite hyped for
Actually, let me rephrase that. It's more of a God sim where it's not like Age of Empires. There's a difference. I like Age of Empires because you're building armies and you're like actually using the armies for resources and stuff. This is more like Sim City where you're building towns and whatnot. So, Gabe, this one's for you. You know.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, what's this game called, Gabe? Ain't no way.
Let's see. Dark and Darker Mobile. I don't know. No. I'm gonna just keep going.
Okay.
Floatopia.
I vaguely remember this one. I'm gonna just say not hype for it, but Floatopia.
No, I remember it very well. It's a cutesy life sim Animal Crossing style game.
Oh, sorry. Still not gonna change my answer.
Yeah. All right, so we're about to talk about this for a minute. Next on the list was the second to last game, and in my opinion, like that was the one I was really waiting to see.
Okay.
And it was Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. My most anticipated Xbox game this year. Well, it's really not hard to choose considering there's only you got Age of Mythology, you got Call of Duty, which is on everything, and you got Indiana Jones.
Is Hellblade included there? Was that 2024?
Did I mention Hellblade's already out?
Oh well, like this year though, or was it like?
Yes, it was in May.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry,
it was already there.
Right, sorry, I misheard it. I thought you were talking about like just general like top Xbox games and whatnot. My fault. But anticipated games. I gotcha. Okay, so we currently don't have visuals for Phil. That's fair. Katrina probably pulled up with something. But yeah, okay. I still haven't played Hellblade. Yeah, it's kind of hard now because I'm like not going to the Xbox ecosystem. Not into the Xbox ecosystem with that. I feel bad, but also I'm like kind of curious as to where I will now stand if I decide to like really stay off of Game Pass. Because that's like one of the biggest things that like Xbox got going for them. Aside from me having like some preference over like that platform because of just familiarity. Because we had Xbox 360 like as our next like platform after GameCube, so we kind of split off like from like Nintendo ecosystem for a hot minute. Although we did jump into like the DS and the 3DS stuff. Yeah, spend that money on the Steam game sale. You know what? I agree. You save $20 a month. Save that for some nice sales on Steam. In fact, get Black Myth Wukong. I mean, just, you know, in 3 months, kind of adds up. Forget Game Pass, get some of the Steam games. Yeah, there's also that as well. Oh, Phil, we're getting a signal.
I'm back there.
Okay,
I'm back. Sorry, I have my in-laws in town too.
Oh, that's cool.
That's why I haven't been streaming this week. But yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So okay, I was kind of hearing here and there. I had my headphones on and off.
Yeah. So pretty much continuing where we left off.
Okay.
It's about Indiana Jones.
All right, I'm gonna say this.
All right.
I'm gonna say this. Before we get into what the controversy actually is, God, this game looks so good. As someone who loves the Indiana Jones series, I have seen everything. I have played most Indiana Jones games. I really, really like the feel of this. This really encaptures Indiana Jones. Like, and I don't mean the sound like everybody does for the infomercials and whatnot. I mean, like, it's got the sound, it's got the look, it's got the hilarious screams when someone's falling off. Like, it's literally Indiana Jones, and I love it. The composer for this game is the same dude who composed Star Wars Jedi.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, good hands.
It's good. That's funny because John Williams is the composer for both Star Wars and Indiana Jones in the movies. So getting the same dude to do the games is really cool. I love it. I love it a lot. And we finally have a release date. December 9th is cutting it real close for 2024, but all right.
Yeah. We have to make an effort to put that on our own personal like game of the year like listings at that point.
Yeah, I am gonna try it and see if it'll make it, but you know there is a lot of competition this year, so we'll see.
It's true.
Do we do it now?
Yeah.
Or do we want to finish?
Yeah. I think we should go ahead and like jump in on this one.
Because there's only one more announcement after this, so
you know what? Yeah, let's hear what the last one is.
Yeah, because I'll segue into it. So the last announcement was the one more thing. Jeff said it himself. We got one more thing to announce tonight. And it's that the Mafia series is coming back. Brand new Mafia game.
Crazy.
Mafia the Old Country, a prequel series where it's basically taking place in Italy, which looks really cool.
That is conceptually really interesting.
Yeah. So let me say this. For the game itself, I haven't actually played through Mafia like 2 and 1. I think I played a little bit of 3, which was whatever. But I like the idea of the series. I kind of want to play through all of them because they sound fun. And I like the idea of the old country. That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm particularly hyped for that one though.
I'm pretty hyped. I also say hyped for Indiana Jones. I forgot to say. Obviously, I'm very hyped for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd still say I'm safely hyped for it.
Yeah. But overall, dude, I like to call this snooze night live.
Yeah.
It's pretty snooze on almost everything, to be honest.
Playing ZZZ, why? ZZZ.
Oh my god. No, I'm looking at all these announcements again and I'm just like, bro.
There wasn't a lot, was there, as far as like your particular interests?
Yeah, and I think that has to be very specific, right? My interest in gaming is different than your interest in gaming or Mark's interest in gaming. I like to shit on Mark all the time, but like realistically, he has his own like likes and I have my own likes. I get it. That we're all different. So for me personally, Fatal Fury was the best thing there. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, for me, if you're giving me the actual announcements I was super hyped for or like that I liked, it was Directive 2080, right? From Supermassive, that Dark Pictures game. Street Fighter 6. Terry looks great. I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling. I guess Reanimal looks kind of cool. Monster Hunter, obviously. Fatal Fury. I guess Little Nightmares 3. It looked pretty cool as well. The first Berserker was pretty tight.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones and Mafia.
I gotcha.
That's all I really cared about.
I would say that I'd put a pass on like Hoi versus like lineup because I've seen most of the stuff before, except for like I guess the new like ZZZ trailer. But otherwise I have been privy up to the like Star Rail news. So I would say the best thing I've seen was definitely Monster Hunter. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, Monster Hunter does look really good. But, you know, I did neglect to talk about Indiana Jones a little too much because
Okay.
that was so we got the release date of December 9th, 2024. That's going to be for Xbox, PC, and Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
However, right after that, they also announced that it's coming to PlayStation 5 in spring of 2025.
That's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Xbox, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing? I have a lot of feelings and mixed thoughts on both sides. And now that I've calmed down a little bit from that, I ranted on the DangIT chat that we have a little bit, but I've calmed down and come to senses here and there. But I will say, if I wasn't someone who likes to play games on different consoles and like collect for different things, and Xbox was never really my strong forte to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So in one hand, why do I even own an Xbox? Like, besides Game Pass, what do I actually use my Xbox for? Because realistically, I could play all these games on PlayStation and Switch and have the majority of them covered.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like the Ori games are not on PlayStation, but they're on Switch. All right, Minecraft's on everything. Indiana Jones is coming to PS5. Hi-Fi Rush already made it over to PS5. Sea of Thieves, a rare title, made it to PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
Grounded's on everything. Pentiment's on everything. Like, and all the Bethesda stuff, you know, Doom 1+2 just came out on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Doom the Dark Ages is already confirmed
for PlayStation 5.
Like, what are we doing here? I from a business standpoint, that makes sense. No one's playing on Xbox. Let's keep it 100% right now.
Mm-hmm.
So PlayStation players are going to eat this up and get the money, and they're going to get the money off of it. Fine. But like, I don't know. I don't really have a reason to keep owning my Xbox, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. As far as like new games, if anything.
Yeah, like as far as new games.
I gotcha.
But as someone who does like to collect for all three, right? I have come to the decision that I will continue to collect first party games on Xbox, and that's where I'll enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, I realistically could get rid of my Series X, and I don't think I'd be missing anything.
I get what you mean by that. Yeah. I'm kind of sharing like a similar sentiment too. The weird thing between us is that, or at least the difference between us is that, I guess the path growing up with these like different platforms. See, I was saying like earlier that after the GameCube, we split off into the Xbox 360. That's how we entered the ecosystem. And then I kind of like joined up with like Xbox One to Xbox Series just by familiarity. So it became like a preferred console of mine alongside like any Nintendo platform. And PlayStation was like my least to ever like go towards unless it was an exclusive game that you could only get on PlayStation. And it's starting to shift a little bit, but now it's weird with Xbox because, as you said, there's a lot of games that are showing up on Xbox first, and then all of a sudden they're starting to like show up on different platforms. Now, bear in mind that PlayStation kind of does that too, but with PC only. And Xbox does that with PC, just that's the relationship. But now they're also going multi-platform there too. So it's tough because I can only see the appeal of Xbox just through like Game Pass, and they made it super apparent that that's like their biggest selling point. But even Xbox Game Pass is starting to get like expensive too, like $20
a month.
Yeah, Ultimate
for Ultimate, and you need Ultimate to play the games day one now.
And mind you, this is the crazy thing, and kind of ties back to Indiana Jones. So Indiana Jones is coming out in December. for Game Pass like Ultimate. You get that just immediately for free, and then people will be able to play it on PlayStation. What about Xbox Game Pass Core? Like, where does that land? Because if you look into some of the fine like lines in there, they say that like, it'll take up to 12 months for some like first parties to kind of just show up there. It's like, what do you mean by that?
Crazy.
That ain't
crazy.
That's criminal.
I think my problem here is, and this is probably a boomer way to think about it, right? Like, this is just my old ass. And I say old, like I'm like not old, like I'm only 30. The point is, this is probably my old ass saying like, I like exclusives for a console. And I know that Phil Spencer already says like, you know,
that's not their
like
way to go.
That's not their way to go. They lost the race. You know, this is, you know, I think he specifically said Starfield could be a 10 out of 10 game, but it's not going to shift PlayStation players to Xbox. That's not how that works.
I agree with that.
And I agree with that statement, but good exclusives sell your hardware. That's kind of like, I don't buy an Xbox to tell myself, man, I'm just going to use this specifically for Game Pass, and that's it. It has Halo. It has Forza. It has, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to have Fable next year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like, I want to play the exclusives on it. That's kind of the whole point of me buying all three consoles.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Nintendo's never going to put Mario on another platform. That's not how that works.
That will literally change so many things.
All right. And PlayStation's done it here and there, but it's very contractual. Like, for them, it's MLB has to be on there because the MLB, like, the company MLB is requiring them to put it on every platform. Mm-hmm. Or else they would still have a hold of baseball as a sport on PlayStation only, which is weird. But I don't know.
Yeah, and it's tough too because Xbox is like one of the, well, it's only 3, but it's one of the platforms here that shows like a lot of promise in performance and whatnot. I think it's like the most dedicated out of like the 3 consoles as far as backwards compatibility, just by physical like media. And it's also crazy that like we talk about Nintendo and PlayStation having their own exclusive, and when the whole debate about, you know, good games like sell your like hardware, and I feel like you're right. Like, exclusives like help out like big time, like especially when you have multiple that are not just like being like pushed over to other like platforms like that quickly. Yeah. So I mean, there's Banjo, right? Like, if they did something with Banjo, like that's it. But it's going on Nintendo. That's what's gonna happen.
That's exactly what's about to happen. Banjo's about to be a Nintendo game, so I don't even have to worry.
But yeah, you're right. Like, if Halo just like showed up on, like, obviously it's on PC, sure, but like now, like, what if it shows up on PlayStation? Then it's like, wait, what? Then what's the point? Then
the PC marketplace is kind of weird to talk about because technically it is moving from another platform. It's just PC in general is not competing with consoles. That's not how that works.
Yeah, it's a weird spot, but they've always been like their own thing.
I mean, even PlayStation's putting games on PC, so,
which is actually a good move on their part.
Yeah. So really, like, that whole frame, I don't really like count. I really only count the 3 consoles, right? Mm-hmm. PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
Right. But yeah,
and it's just like, I don't know. Like, I'm used to, you know, I buy these consoles for their exclusives. Like, I don't just want to own. If I was able to have one platform for everything, I mean, of course, that's the goal. That's the dream. That's not how the market works.
I actually had to look into my library of like physical Xbox games to see kind of like where, like, the reasons why we got what we got. And I saw like Gears of War, of course. I saw Viva Pinata. I was like, oh my god, dude. I even had Naruto Rise of the Ninja, which I believe.
Oh my god, yeah. I forgot that's a 360 exclusive. Yeah.
But then there was also third-party titles like Mass Effect and whatnot. I was like, oh yeah. Well, you can get on other platforms, but at that point, like, you might as well go with your preferred. So they definitely had exclusives like back then too. So I don't know. I just feel like even with all the things we've talked about and we've seen so far, as far as like what Xbox wants to do with all these new titles, like South of Midnight was like a really cool promise. But you know, aside from like seeing how cool it is, what if we know it's going to show up on a different platform?
I feel like that moving Avowed out of 2024 was a mistake because I heard that Gamescom previews. I heard Gamescom previews for that game were phenomenal. Like people were really excited for that game, and it's like you don't even have Towerborn this year. You only have Call of Duty, Age of Mythology, and Indiana Jones. And Indiana Jones is a December game. If I was them, I would have put Avowed in November, which is its original release date.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. They said, oh, it's a busy year, we can't have it here. That was their excuse. They moved it into 2025. Mind you, Xbox first party wise in 2025 is now Avowed, Doom the Dark Ages, Fable, South of Midnight. Like, are you kidding me right now? And let's not even get to the fact that doesn't matter what game comes out next year. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out next year. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna take
everything. I also don't think Indiana Jones is gonna be the game that's like, oh, it saves Xbox. You know what I mean?
Nah.
It's not that kind of game.
I felt like Hi-Fi Rush was kind of one of those, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like Indiana Jones is kind of like the same like as Starfield as far as like the notoriety, because Bethesda and Indiana's like an iconic like character. But Hi-Fi Rush kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, okay, Abraham in the chat is saying Nintendo be dominating the Game Wars. Here's the thing, dog. The Game Wars are way over. We don't live in Nintendo versus Sega age, all right? I agree on that sentiment. I also don't agree with everybody not including Nintendo in this like PlayStation versus Xbox, because like clearly they're winning with a lower powered console. Do you see the problem here?
Yeah. It does. The math doesn't math.
Yeah, like PlayStation, let's just pretend PlayStation was the best one. They have the franchises to back up the exclusivity. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why they just have to release Last of Us Part 1 and 2 over and over again. Like, I don't understand.
Is that PlayStation or is that Naughty Dog wanting to do something like that? That's my question.
My theory for the re-release is that it's PlayStation wanting those on PC, so they have to release a PS5 version to get a PC version.
Huh. Well, I guess so.
That's my theory. Because they did this with they're doing this with Until Dawn. Until Dawn's getting a PS5 remake in October, but it's also coming to PC.
It's also coming to PC. Yeah, maybe we should all just go on Steam. The Steam and Switch combo.
Yep. So it's kind of weird. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I have come to the conclusion that I'll still play the first party games on Xbox.
Sure, yeah.
You know, it'll give me a reason to actually use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I only really use it now for some multiplayer games with some friends, and that's about it. And I mean like Rainbow Six Siege and Call of Duty. That's it.
That's true.
So anything Activision, anything Bethesda, you know, like, okay. And Phil Spencer also said like recently, like at Gamescom, you know, be prepared for more changes. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
I'm fully betting on Blade being PlayStation 5 and it's Xbox.
Ooh. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say that's putting the nail in the coffin, but it's getting close.
No, that's basically confirmed, dog. I think it's a safe bet that anything Bethesda or Activision is on everything. It's not just Xbox.
I feel like that's like that. Bethesda's just been like staying like that for a long time, so they would never want to like change that. Yeah. I also understand that like part of what they want to do is go multi-platform for a lot of games for the sake of players being able to play however they want to, and then you know Xbox having owned like these companies will get like some kind of split revenue because of that, I believe. So if they're happy with that, then I guess that's kind of like what they're going to do, and they just end up becoming like a publisher with some hardware.
Yeah. Like I fully expect those titles in particular to be on everything. Like if they make a new Crash Bandicoot, that's not going to be an Xbox exclusive. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to come out on everything because they can make the money on everything.
I just wonder what they could do differently to, at the very least, get like their now their first party to like have games like on the ready, kind of like how Nintendo does it.
I don't know. I think it's hard because they're buying these franchises that are already established on everything, right? They own Call of Duty. That alone should have sold your Xboxes like by the numbers. Like I'm talking 10 times more than it usually sells.
And you know, maybe that
if you own Call of Duty and made that exclusive, one, you would screw over the community, sure. But two, I mean, damn, you own what is considered the biggest FPS series of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder how those numbers going to like show up. Well, I guess we'll see.
But
yeah, for Xbox, it's other than Game Pass, it would otherwise be like a console preference for anybody as far as like where you get your like games from.
It's basically console preference. I mean, I usually only play games on Switch and PlayStation anyway, so for me, like abandoning Xbox would not be an issue. It's just I like to collect games and play games on everything. So I just like video games. Therefore, I own an Xbox. Like,
yeah. And you know, this is definitely one of those reminders that like if you do support like a game series, then you should support the game itself, wherever it wants to go. Not necessarily like where it's coming from, you know?
Yeah.
Or it's like as far as supporting the devs for sure, but maybe not like who's the higher ups.
So I will play Indiana Jones on my Xbox in December. That's I don't know. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Considering my son should be born around that time, so maybe if I rush Indiana Jones,
just blitz it.
Be like Katrina. Not now. Indy needs my help.
Indy needs my help right now.
We need the great circle.
He needs that great circle stat.
Yeah. So bad.
Meanwhile, Mark was actually saying that Sony actually made him dislike console exclusives, and you know, I obviously that's the elephant in the room. I understand like what he means by that, and to be fair, like if Xbox had some really cool games that PlayStation players like really would have been into, then I guess they'd share the same sentiment.
Abraham wins Marvel, baby. I will say, if the leak's true, November 22nd is what we're looking at. So which is kind of late, but hey, I'll take Marvel. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's Marvel, baby.
Pretty much.
Sony made me dislike console exclusives. I mean, that's the problem, Mark. I think console exclusives is healthy. I like competition. I want to be able to say, man, I can only play this game on Xbox, or I can only play this game on PlayStation. Yes, I understand from consumers and normal people, like the casuals, us, like the consumers, it sucks that we have to stick to one console or the other because money and whatnot. Not everybody has the privilege like us to just go around and buy all the games. I get it. But at the same time, I like some of the best games of all time are built as exclusives because it's pushing that specific hardware. Like for instance, like PlayStation 5, you can use that controller, and that controller has like the haptic feedbacks and stuff like that, and it could be like a really cool experience. But on Xbox's side, it's technically the more powerful console, so you can get that baby to run some really cool things. You can make those games look pretty cool. And then on Nintendo's side, obviously, getting anything to run on the Switch like that is a miracle. So it's really cool. Plus Nintendo obviously has the more unique first party games, right? Like they have the more. I mean, they're the ones who will make sure it's running on the Switch perfectly, right? Like,
I think Mark actually brought up an interesting point about like the healthiness of competition, but he is pointing especially Sony's like case with Final Fantasy. And I got something to say. So, what do you got to say?
I was gonna say that I kind of agree with. There are very specific. When I mean first party exclusives, I mean the actual studios that are owned by said company, right? Like PlayStation has Naughty Dog, Sony Bend, Insomniac. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I understand that. Xbox has theirs. You know, they have their 343s. They have their coalitions. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I do think sometimes when the series is multi-platform and then one of the two companies goes exclusive for us, that's kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy in particular is kind of a oof, like that's kind of a gray area because obviously 15 was on Xbox and PlayStation,
Right.
and all of a sudden the next main line's gonna skip like
Even
it's
now.
been multi-plat since 13, and now all of a sudden it's skipping.
Mm-hmm. Because, yeah, I don't know what gets discussed as far as like how much money they receive by making it exclusive, but we do know now that, you know, Square is going to try to stay multi-platform after like a lot of experiences and quote unquote like failures in sales. But I also want to bring up that I guess like this is starting to become a conversation about like third parties and whatnot. And I was going to bring up Capcom actually, because you could say that about like Monster Hunter Rise. I mean, granted, it did end up going multi-platform, but for a good while, that's just Switch. And I'm not sure because like the Switch is like super cheap at like comparison to the other consoles. But if you didn't have a Switch, then it's like, well, I can't play Rise at that time.
So I think my argument to that is they built it with the Switch in mind. See, the thing is, you can't just port Monster Hunter World. That game was not built with the Nintendo Switch in mind.
This is true, yeah.
And I think, and they want to make sure they had a Monster Hunter game on every platform. So at the time, I kind of get that exclusivity. But when you start marketing as the next big Monster Hunter, then it becomes a little like, oh,
this is
okay,
also true.
why is Switch the only one getting it?
That's fair.
So I kind of get that because they consider Rise a mainline entry.
Right.
So it is a sequel to Monster Hunter World, as Wilds is going to be a sequel to Rise.
But yeah, and you know, mind you, we're probably going to get like a Switch 2 type of like port of it.
Yeah.
But otherwise we only know Wilds to show up on like PC, Xbox, PlayStation at this time. So it's kind of like jumping back and forth.
But crossplay is what's doing it for most of the big games nowadays.
True that. Yeah.
I was going to say there's something else I wanted to bring up too. However, Capcom is also guilty of the exclusivity right now because remember, Marvel vs. Capcom's not showing up on Xbox.
Oh, damn, dude.
Now I don't know if that's an engine issue or whatever that's happening because there's also the fact, and let's keep it real here, Xbox is third place when it comes to consoles. So they know the market is on PlayStation where fighting games are normally played anyways, for the most part, like for the hardcore like people, and then Switch that has the biggest marketplace, like they have the biggest like player base. So that's kind of a gray area too, because it's not just, you know what I mean, like
it's not just
Xbox is missing out on certain things too. Because it's weird. I guess it depends on the series because look at Mega Man. I mean, Capcom released all the Mega Man collections for Xbox, every single one of them, except for Battle Network.
That's so mean.
I don't understand. I was like, Xbox players don't like RPGs. Is that what this is? I don't think that's true, but
yeah. I mean, we'll see. Because like now we're talking about like games like in the future as well. Obviously, we're kind of anticipating like Xbox to go multi-platform with all of their stuff like eventually. But otherwise, right now, you know, those who may not have access to Halo and they may want to play that, although that is a pretty saturated market by itself.
Halo, the day Halo gets on another console is probably the day I stop playing my Xbox, and I'm not kidding.
Whoa.
It's kind of a... I agree that some games definitely will be multi-platform from Xbox, but the day like I see Forza or Halo or Gears show up on like PlayStation or Switch or Nintendo, I'm like,
there's not really a point anymore.
what are we doing here, dude? that Halo is the Mario of Xbox. Like if I saw Mario on PlayStation, what the hell are we doing here? Like that's exactly what we're saying. That's exactly what you're saying right now. Is Halo making it over is like what? What? Like I can't do that. That's crazy. But it's also not out of the realm of possibility anymore.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. And that's kind of scary for like
yeah.
I guess those who still see Xbox, and we still kind of see Xbox as like the third like console platform.
Yeah.
It's a different future now with them.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Other than this, we're past the 2-hour mark. But did you want to talk about talk about Nintendo Museum?
Oh yeah. Okay, now we could go back to La La Land right now because
now real gamers time.
Real gamers time because we're gonna get a museum. Granted that we have to actually fly over there to like enjoy it, but it's a museum, but it's also kind of like a very interactive like museum, almost like borderline theme park.
Yeah, it's very Nintendo way to do things. So I think as someone who is a huge Nintendo fan and loves a lot of history with them, it is so cool to see like the toys on display and the Hanafuda cards. And I saw all 8 of the big things that they're going to have for interactive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you. Like being able to actually use the baseball like toy.
Oh, what was it called again?
I forgot what it's called.
It was the Ultra Ball something.
I know it's the Ultra Hand, and that's one. They didn't show it, but they announced it. It's there.
Sick.
Museum.
Good old Ultra Hand.
The good old Ultra Hand. Yeah, it's cool because they're going to mix Mario in it. So it's like you grab little balls with the Ultra Hand, you try to throw them into the Mario pipes.
Oh, really?
Okay, I have the exhibits in front of me. So
I didn't see this one then.
I pulled up their actual. Yeah, it's new. It wasn't one that Miyamoto showed off. So they showed off 4. He said 3, but they actually showed off 4 because they showed off Shigurden SP, which is the thing on the floor where it's like different.
Oh, yeah. That was nice.
They can see different poems and whatnot. They showed off Zapper and Scope SP, which is using real Nintendo's NES Zappers and real Super Nintendo Super Scopes to play a shooting gallery based on Mario. That's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy. It's also a big reference. He explained it in the direct. It's kind of a reference to an old shooter gallery that they made even before like Game & Watch. It's one of the first video games they ever made. It's very cool. Then there's the Ultra Machine. That's what the baseball's called.
Oh, okay.
And the Ultra Machine SP, it's basically a batting cage inside a room. And if you hit things in the room, it interacts.
It's crazy because it doesn't look like that should be like a batting like cage. And that's the point, yeah.
Then they also, the last thing they showed off was they're calling it Big Controller. And it's so cool. So you get to play games from the NES Famicom. Let's say Famicom/NES to Wii. And you get to work with 2 people to play these ridiculously sized controllers to try and run through games.
Hell yeah, dude. That I'm looking forward to. I can't wait to get the oversized Wii remote.
Like... So crazy. So I do want to pull up the other ones that they did not announce and talk about.
Oh yeah, I got them here too.
Yeah, so I got Ultra Hand SP, which is like I said, Mario pipes. You're throwing. Oh, actually, kind of looks more like the Gyromite stuff that Rob used to have. To be honest, looks kind of cool. Basically, you're playing with the Ultra Hand, and you're just kind of grabbing the little balls and throwing them in the pipes. Looks pretty fun. Love Tester SP is cool.
Love Tester SP.
Yeah, so Love Tester is an actual toy that back in the day used to, determine are you compatible, are you not? And so they're gonna have a big one now and more modern version of it. It's pretty funny.
Interesting.
Game and Watch SP is a way to play Game and Watch games using your shadow.
Whoa.
So I wish they'd shown that off. For example, the picture in front of me in the Nintendo Museum website is someone's playing Manhole, but with his hand. So he's actually having to hold up.
Oh. I see what you mean.
Yeah, and then straight up Nintendo classics. NES, Super Nintendo, and 64. You can choose from 80 games to just play.
Okay.
To be honest, that's cool. But like, if I wanted to do that, I could just go home.
Right.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
But
mm-hmm.
I have to think about it for the younger audience because realistically,
they may not have.
That's me, someone who's 30 years old and has played all these Nintendo games.
Mm.
So, for someone who's younger, like my son, would be really cool to show him these games.
Oh yeah. Although I guess you could technically do it, but like not everyone has like that type of collection either.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what I mean. If I didn't have a collection like that, that's a cool way to do it.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that they're going to charge digital coins for these.
Really?
Yeah. So this is how it works. You buy a ticket or a badge to get in. Okay.
Right, and that should have some like expenses on it, right?
They will give each visitor will be granted 10 coins.
Mm-hmm.
The number of coins required varies depending on the interactive exhibit.
Mm.
Here's the big clause, though, and this is where it gets really dumb. Ready for this?
Uh-oh.
Visitors will not be able to experience all the interactive exhibits with 10 coins.
Uh-oh. There's no way to win any or maybe buy more?
Nope.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Nope. It is 10 coins per visit.
Per visit.
Which is kind of ridiculous, Nintendo, if you ask me. If I were you, I would just charge for the coins. Like, why? It's just you're making more money.
True that. It's almost like an arcade.
No sense.
Yeah, there's still time, Nintendo.
I don't know. That's kind of a wild thing to do. Probably the only negative I have, because the second floor, oh my God, Justin, that is what I want my game room to look like.
Whoa.
They're going to have on display every console they've ever made and every single Nintendo published game on display.
That's crazy.
And I mean it. I actually scoped out some of the pictures and I was looking in the background and stuff. Dog, they have games by Rare from NES.
Mm.
The ones that Nintendo actually published. RC Pro-Am, it was there. Cobra Triangle's there. I was like, no way. So anything that has Nintendo's actual name on it published, it's going to be a display. And every region. So the 3 big regions, let me rephrase that.
Mm-hmm.
Japan, Europe, and America. They're going to have their box arts on display as well.
Sick.
And I was like, that is so cool. Like that, it's so damn cool. I cannot wait to see all the crazy, like Banjo-Kazooie will be there for N64 because they published it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's so cool. That's super tight, dude. And apparently Sakurai has already seen the museum.
Whoa. Yeah, he did.
That's crazy. I wonder how he must feel. Like most of his franchises are there.
That's crazy. Display and everything.
Yeah. They also have a really cool exhibit that's going to show you the progression of Nintendo's history of games. So it's like Mario 1 all the way to Mario Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll change it. Sometimes it'll be Zelda, sometimes it'll be Kirby. And I was like, that's cool. I'm excited. I mean, I would be more excited if I had a way to get to Japan, but
that's a whole plan.
Yeah.
And forget the opening times or opening time frame.
Bro, it's a raffle.
Yeah.
You have to actually pay. You have to actually try and get a ticket with a raffle. Like, you can't just immediately buy a ticket right now because they're trying to reduce the number of people going in. So you have to be
rough.
Lucky to be able to purchase a ticket.
Son of a bitch, this is Comic-Con, I swear. I've been through it.
Yep.
Hey, listen, I won a raffle earlier, so I think I can win this one too.
Jesus Christ.
No, I would not otherwise want to go unless I got other people with me. Yeah, this is definitely a group type of trip. But I'm hoping, I am hoping that they'll change it up, like, given a little bit of time. Just give it a little bit of time. We got
We'll
San
see.
Francisco. That's all we got. I otherwise do really want to go.
Me too. It looks super cool. As a big Nintendo fan, it makes me very happy to look at all that history.
Oh, dude,
I really, yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Phil, I can. They'll probably have a section for like the amiibos, and I'll be like, "Hey, look, that's you, isn't it?"
There is an amiibo section. It was in there. It was in the photo. Like you could see it in the back.
Oh shoot, I gotta see it.
There's amiibos. I was like, no way, dude. And no, it's not me. I don't own every single.
You don't
amiibo.
know, but
Okay,
you have
stop.
the Smash Brothers ones though, and I feel like
do
that should
my
have
Smash
its own.
line. Do you have the Smash? I'm looking at them. They look beautiful.
Also, the cafe. Let's not forget about the cafe and the shop.
The shop, dude. Oh my god, an official Nintendo Museum
What
merch.
do they have?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I need it. I need it. I need it bad, dude.
Surrender.
Let me have it.
It.
If I can get a shirt that says, I already have a Nintendo New York shirt. If I can get a Nintendo Museum shirt, a Nintendo Kyoto store shirt, and a Nintendo San Fran shirt, that'd be tight.
Yeah, just have them all together.
Like a freaking Infinity Gauntlet. Just, it's cool though. I wonder if they'll do the successor to the Switch. Like they'll make it a whole area.
Oh,
later.
that's an interesting thing to even mention. Then, I guess I'd have to
Like,
consider
imagine-
that.
Well, imagine every time they release a game, they put it on display, like a new one.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm pretty sure they've considered the space for that.
Because the Switch is still going, so theoretically
Right.
they're not done with that exhibit. Like they're gonna
Not
keep putting
quite.
published games on it.
Yeah, true that.
Whoa! I just realized that they're gonna have DC Superhero Girls Team Power on display. That's crazy.
And you won't.
Stop it! I have a listing on eBay that I'm hoping to get for cheaper than $20. I'm not paying anything more than that. I hate it here. All right.
Look on the display, Phil. That isn't you, isn't it?
Oh my god, dude! I don't want to pay for this game, but it's fine.
It'll eventually happen.
One day, and now it'll be on a pickups, and
That'll be the wrap of it. It'll just be like, oh, here it is, and then you'll shelf it, leave it there.
yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna install it.
Oh boy,
I have all my first party games installed in my Switch, but
that's fair.
man, I'm gonna install it. I don't know if I'll play it. I might do a stream, just play it.
Yeah, I guess so. It should just be like
I might as well actually use it for something.
all first-party Nintendo Switch games. That is the stream. Maybe
Or
not.
a video for Tanuki.
That would be kind of sick, actually. To
I could
finally
just
realize
do- I can finally realize that I can actually do a episode on like every game gets its own like quick video.
Yeah.
Maybe not quick video, but like
It'll be a very long video.
the first party Nintendo lineup for Switch. You know, like every, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really cool thing. It was weird because, you know, it is a direct, but it isn't like, you know. To be fair,
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I thought this was like super cool. I wasn't expecting it. It's kind of like how they were promoting the Mario movie. I was just thinking like, it's gonna be whatever. And then you see the cast, you see like how they're developing things, and you're kind of like hyped for it. And this is kind of the same way too. Which I guess one last thing before we go in and call, because I believe it was Ibrahim was bringing it up. Nintendo Direct. What do you think? Like a legitimate one.
The rumor. Okay.
Well, I actually don't know about any rumor, but
So the rumor is that it's next week.
oh, okay. I think I'm starting to remember it then.
Now, I don't believe Family Boards too much. They're pretty shoddy with a lot of the things. However, okay, It is common knowledge that Nintendo does a direct in September. Always. They never fail. Doing one in August. Theoretically, the week before September, because it'll be close. That, mind you, the leak doesn't actually say direct. It says an event. So it might not be a Nintendo Direct per se. It could be anything. It could be a direct focused on the Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. It could be a Indie World showcase. It could be the Switch 2 reveal. I doubt it, but you know.
Yeah, I guess we're in that ballpark now.
So yeah, it could be anything. It is considered an event. Now, could there be a Nintendo Direct? Yeah, I think there's going to be one in September for sure. If it's not next week, September is getting one for sure. It's just a matter of like, what else do they have at this point? Because really, like, I think everyone's a little too antsy about the Switch 2 at this point, and we really want us to just see that. But at the same time, I know that they're going to support Switch still. So
true. That's tough. It would be cool if we had just a surprise for like next week, but I know like it's part of tradition, September, and I think I would just stick it with tradition on that.
Well, okay, here's how it works. If we get a smaller event next week, we'll get a Nintendo Direct in September. Typically, they do 2 directs back to back. You just never really notice it. It's either a direct focused on something specifically and then a Nintendo Direct, or it's like an Indie World and then a Nintendo Direct.
Okay.
That soon follows up. So if I was a betting man, I'd probably say Indie World. It's been a minute. The date is August 28th. That's what they're going for, which is Wednesday?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm pulling up the calendar. Yeah, and typically that's usually when there's a direct. Either Tuesday or Wednesday, so
that's tough.
That would be interesting. I wonder. We'd have to scramble like we always do for predictions, but
sure that.
Thanks Nintendo for that one.
They always do it. They have to.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm not gonna play into it. I don't want to get myself hyped up for nothing, essentially.
I get you what you mean. They'll talk about it, they'll announce it, and then we can start scrambling.
Realistically, still have to learn about Pokemon ZA or Pokemon Legends.
Jesus Christ, I forgot.
Everyone forgets. Everyone forgets that it's not just Metroid Prime 4 next year, everybody.
Yeah. It's Pokemon ZA and Pokemon Presents September. That's almost a definitive.
Yeah.
Oy.
So I was like, everyone keeps forgetting that next Nintendo's lineup for 2025 so far is Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, Pokemon Legends ZA, Metroid Prime 4. If they fill out up till March and then maybe April the new console releases, pretty smart.
Yeah, that is like a good number of games for the number of months prior to like when we were anticipating this console. Granted, God, I was trying to look at like some of the history just to predict when they could possibly drop like info about the successor, but it's hard.
Nintendo will just drop it. They're not gonna announce it.
Yeah, because last time when they did Switch, it was really like, okay, here's the console that we got, and they play the iconic like track that we like heard for it, the whole intro, and then I think later on that, and I was like September or something like that, and then December they were like, okay, here's a little bit more information about it, something like that. But I also won't like take that like with me as we're coming into September and whatnot.
Yeah,
keep it pretty open.
It's like how much. Because I mean, Zelda's like soon. It's a month now. It's a month away. I don't understand what else they would, you know. Because if there is a Nintendo Direct, they're obviously hiding things under they're hiding some tricks up their sleeve. Obviously, there's going to be other releases. We're not dumb. There's going to be more Switch games, even if there is a successor. Right? They still got to support 142 million players. So
that's true. This could be interesting this time around, since they do have like a massive audience. And they don't want to like overstep.
And it'll be cool because if the successor is backwards compatible, these
guess-
are games for both.
I guess if they were going to do some kind of teaser, like fun video, they would do that and show that immediately.
Yeah, they
They
wouldn't
should-
just. So they wouldn't announce it if we get to Tuesday and there's no announcement, and just Wednesday all of a sudden they drop a trailer for this successor. The internet would blow up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll blow up. I won't stop talking about it for months. So we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. But either way, dude, I'm not gonna put my money on it. But I do think a direct is coming soon. It's September. It's not common. This is common knowledge.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. That if anything, direct and even Pokemon Presents September.
Yep.
Which kind of sucks because TwitchCon's happening around that time frame, so I hope I don't miss that. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, I think that's everything. So, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. So, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in for this episode of DangIT Podcast. This is episode 516. My name is Justin.
And I'm Philip.
And thanks for watching, everybody. Hashtag bye, everyone.